So this is lesson number 78B. That doesn't look like a B. B in Algebra 2, force vectors at a point. And we are ready to begin example number 78.2. Alright, so there's the drawing. And let's do this. See what we've got here. We have a force pushing and a force pulling. So let's say that you've got this little red wagon, okay, and the little hand thing is there, and you are pulling it this way, and somebody else is behind this pushing it that way, and let's say it's full of gold. I have a yellow, okay, and you're pushing it and somebody's pulling it. Well, one of the things that's important here is this point, or that wagon, doesn't pay any attention to whether you're pushing it or whether you're pulling it. It's a force being acted on it. It doesn't really matter. Alright? So, let's look at this as two triangles. So we're going to look at this as this triangle right here. And so I draw this triangle. And this is 30. And this is 16. And we don't know what our y is, and we don't know what our x is. Alright, the other one here is not a triangle. If it was, the up and down here would be 0. So this has a push or a magnitude of 10. Okay, so if we were to look at this and to put that in rectangular form, it would be 10 right, because that's my x, plus we did not go up or down at all. So it's 0u. Alright, now let's look and see what my x and y is there. I don't know my x and y, so I'm going to have to figure them out. So remember, to find your x, you're going to have to take 16 cosine of 30. And 16 cosine of 30 is 13.7. And our y is going to be 16 sine of 30, and that's going to be approximately 16 sine of 30, approximately, it's going to be 8 exactly, because sine of 30 is 1/2 times 16 is 8. So then I can write, and I'll do this in red, my rectangular form of this as 13.7r plus 8u. Now notice they're both positive because my x is going in this direction on both of them. My y is going this way, and I have no y in this one. So there's my two forms. So let's go ahead and write my push here and my right-hand triangle here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add those. So that is my final answer, and again, it's in rectangular form. So let's go ahead and write this in polar form. So this is all we're interested in at this point in order to write it in polar form. All this other stuff we did got us to that point. So let's again look at this and write it in polar form. So we've got a triangle now that is 8 up, and my x value is 23.7. And again, I'm interested in this angle, and I'm interested in the hypotenuse. So again, to find the hypotenuse, we use the distance formula, 23.7 squared plus 8 squared. Take the square root of that, and that'll give us our hypotenuse, or our force, and in this case it is 25.17 when you solve that. So that's one part that we're looking for. Now we're looking for the angle, and again we're going to use tangent of theta equals, and we're looking at this right there, tangent of theta is going to be opposite over adjacent, which gives me 0.35 0.335. So the tangent of theta is 0.335. So we're going to go ahead and change that to an angle. And that will equal my theta, which equals 18.54 degrees. So there's my other part. So I'm going to take my 25.17, my force, at 18.54 degrees, and that is my answer in polar form. So I've got rectangular form and polar form. Alright, and I would like you to do it in both. So first of all, you're going to do it in rectangular, and then I want the answer in polar as well, because the book doesn't say whether to give it in rectangular or polar, and I want it in both just because it's good practice. And that is it for lesson number 78.